Devin Booker is in his 11th season with the Phoenix Suns, showcasing his loyalty, but sadly he has not yet been able to win a championship. So I've decided in today's video I'm going to trade every single player on the Suns roster except for the man himself, D-Book. The goal will be to win him his first ever championship. At the time of this recording, we are the number 7 seed with 27 wins and 19 losses, but hopefully we're able to go up in the rankings after we pull off all these trades. And to get more trade value from our players, what I'm going to do is change up some player positions. Like right now, Dillon Brooks is listed at the power forward, but if we change that to small forward, he goes up to an 86 overall. There's a lot of trade offers here for Dillon Brooks, but the trade I like most is this trade here with the Toronto Raptors, where we send them Dillon Brooks and Royce O'Neal, getting ourselves back Brandon Ingram, who's an all-star level player. Pairing him up with D-Book will definitely be a really good duo, so let's go ahead and pull off the first trade of this video. There's not a lot of trade offers for Jalen Green, so we're going to be pulling off this trade, bringing in Kyrie Irving, but we're also going to end up flipping him. He just has a higher trade value than Jalen Green, which is the only reason I'm pulling off this trade. And this is exactly why I traded for Kyrie Irving. Now we could bring in Tyrese Maxey to be our brand new starting point guard. We're going to be sending the 76ers Kyrie Irving and Colin Gillespie in return, bringing in Tyrese Maxey, and we also get ourselves Justin Edwards. And now we can finally push Devin Booker back to his original position, the shooting guard position, where he goes up to a 95 overall. We now need ourselves a good two-way power forward, and I believe Andrew Wiggins can fill that role perfectly. I'm going to be offering the Miami Heat, Grayson Allen, and Caleb Martin, and they do decline, but let's start throwing in some picks. One first-round pick does not get it done. What if we throw in some second-rounders? It looks like they're still going to decline. Okay. I will throw in one more future first rounder, and that gets the trade done. We land ourselves Andrew Wiggins. Kaman Maluaj is a player with a lot of potential. As you guys can see, he does have 3.5-star trade value. We do need ourselves a big man in return, and the Utah Jazz are offering us Walker Kessler. I believe Walker Kessler's defensive presence and rebounding on our team will definitely help us out a ton. So let's go ahead and pull off this trade. Now the Oklahoma City Thunder are offering us AJ Mitchell. We could use him to be our backup point guard. I'm going to be pulling off this trade with the OKC Thunder, where we send them Mark Williams and also Iguodala, in return getting ourselves AJ Mitchell and Jalen Williams. But we're not going to be keeping Jalen Williams. I'm packaging him and Nick Richards to the Houston Rockets, getting ourselves Steven Adams, and we also land ourselves a first-round pick. We do need ourselves a backup wing, and this trade here looks pretty good with the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm pretty sure Jalen Tyson has a really high three-point shot, which he does, at 86 overall three-point shot. All we gotta do is send them Brian Dunn. I don't really want to give up this first-round pick, but I mean, we kind of have to, so let's go ahead and pull off this trade as well. We do have a total of 3 players left to trade. I'm going to try pulling off this trade with the Boston Celtics, landing ourselves Jordan Walsh and sending them Rasheer Fleming and JJ Barea. I believe that's how you pronounce his name, but let's see what they say. They do give us a counteroffer. They want a first-round pick. Is Walsh worth the first rounder? No, he's not. I'm going to try out lowering that down to a few seconds and see if they'll accept. And they do end up accepting. We have one player left to trade, and that is Nigel Hayes-Davis. We're going to be trading him away to the Charlotte Hornets for Mason Plumlee. And before I show you guys the new and updated roster, I would really appreciate it if you could take a quick second out of your time to hit that thumbs up button and also subscribe if you're new. That really does support on my video and channel a ton. And now here is the new and updated 9-man rotation. In our starting lineup, we have Tyrese Maxey, Devin Booker, Brandon Ingram, Andrew Wiggins, and Walker Kessler. And then off the bench, we have AJ Mitchell, Jalen Tyson, Steven Adams, and Jordan Walsh. Let's see if this team will be able to win a championship. Let's simulate the first few games. The first game is up against the Brooklyn Nets, and we do end up losing with our new team 115-124. That is pretty awful here. Not much defense played, 27 points from Maxey, 23 from Booker, but sadly we still fall short. But obviously chemistry still needs to be built. We do have ourselves a brand new team. As you guys can see there on the bottom left of the screen, our chemistry is currently at a 66%. So hopefully that goes up pretty soon. The next game is up against the Detroit Pistons. Let's see how we do here, and we also end up losing to the Pistons, 129 to 132. Okay, so Ingram had 33, 25 from Maxey, Book had a 20-point double-double, but again, we fall short. In the first two games, things haven't gone as planned, but can we at least win one game out of this week? Let's see if we can defeat the Cleveland Cavaliers, and we do finally get ourselves one win. We defeat the Cleveland Cavaliers 136 to 110, where Booker dropped 33 points, Maxey with 30, AJ Mitchell with 18. And currently we will be rolling with a 4-star overall system proficiency balanced under Jordan Ott. I'm now stopped here at the trade deadline. We also did go on to win the next two games. We defeated the Clippers and the Trailblazers. I would like to see how this team does, so I won't be pulling off any more trades. I do believe this big three has a chance at winning a championship. I'm now going to start simulating here until the end of this season. Andrew Wiggins does want to sign a contract extension with our team, so I'm going to go ahead and extend him for the next 2 seasons, paying him about $14.5 million annually, which he happily accepts. At the end of this season, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander goes on to win MVP, Cooper Flagg Rookie of the Year, AJ Mitchell wins 6th Man of the Year, let's go. So our boy ends up winning 6th Man of the Year, averaging 13 points per game, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists, shooting nearly 50% from the field. That's what I'm talking about. Victor Wembanyama, Defensive Player, Montez Buzelis, Most Improved, Danny Avdija, Clutch Player, Mark wins Coach of the Year, and we end up winning Executive of the Year. Let's see if we have any All-NBA selections. We do get ourselves Tyrese Maxey on All-NBA second team, but no Booker, sadly. It looks like we don't get anyone on an All-Defensive team either. We did end this season being the number 3 seed, winning a total of 54 games and losing only 28. And before we start simulating here in the playoffs, let's take a look at the player stats. The leading scorer on our team was Tyrese Maxey, averaging 29 points, 26 from Booker, and 20 from Brandon Ingram. So all 3 of our big 3 players were averaging 20 or more points per game. But now it's time to see if we can go on to win a championship. In the first round of the playoffs, we will be taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves, who have themselves Dante DiVincenzo, Anthony Edwards, McDaniels, Julius Randle, and Naz Reid, as well as Rudy Gobert coming off of their bench. Let's see how things go. Game number 1 will go to us. Let's go. Maxey dropping 31 points, D-Book with 22. Game number 2, we do end up falling short here, sadly, in overtime. Maxey played amazing, so did Booker, but sadly our defense was not all there, and it looks like we also go on to lose game 3. They scored 139 points on our head. I believe I need to come up with a defensive coach game plan for Anthony Edwards before we advance. We are now down 2-1. Perhaps I should have got ourselves some more defenders in the starting lineup, but hopefully we're still able to come back from this. The Wolves do have home court advantage for this game. Let's see what happens. So far they do have the lead, and it looks like we are going down 3-1. Booker had 34, 24 from Maxey, but sadly that was not enough. We will have home court advantage in this game. Will we be able to come down from a 3-1 deficit? Let's find out. It looks like they will be beating us here, 107 to 88, and just like that, we've been eliminated. That really does suck. We made it all the way to the playoffs, playing so well in the regular season, just to be eliminated in the first round of the playoffs. Let's see who goes on to win a championship. It will be the Pistons taking on the Oklahoma City Thunder, and the Thunder go on to win a back-to-back championship. But don't you guys worry, I will be pulling off some big trades this offseason in order to make us into championship contenders. Here are the player stats for the playoffs. Ingram is definitely going to be traded. I should have thought about that before, but I believe we need one more good defender in our starting lineup in order for us to be championship contenders. A good two-way small forward would definitely help. AJ Mitchell was good. Wiggins was horrible. He's definitely off our team this offseason. And I'm ready to start firing off some trades here. We're going to be pulling off the first trade of this offseason with the New York Knicks, where we send them Andrew Wiggins and this dude right here in return, getting ourselves Josh Hart, and we also get a first round pick. And I won't be running Josh Hart at the power forward position. I'm going to change that to small forward, where he goes up to an 86 overall. I feel like the key for us to be championship contenders is surrounding Devin Booker and Tyrese Maxey around good defenders, so I'm going to be targeting Chet Holmgren from the OKC Thunder. We don't need him scoring 20 to 25 points per game. All we need is his defense and rebounding. This past season, we were one of the worst rebounding teams, so he definitely helps with that category. I'm going to offer the Thunder Brandon Ingram, Ben Simmons, who was signed as a free agent, and Justin Edwards, and let's see what they say. They accept the trade, no first round picks included. I was not expecting us to land Chet Holmgren that easily, but that is honestly a huge W for our team. Let's go to team player options, and it looks like we do need to pick up the team option on Jalen Tyson, and I will also pick it up for Jordan Walsh. And I do believe yes, so we need to re-sign Walker Kessler this offseason, which is going to be a pretty big free agency signing, and thankfully we do have bird rights on him, plus he's a restricted free agent. So we do end up re-signing Walker Kessler on a 4-year $64 million contract, and I do want to see if we're also able to afford Quentin Grimes. I offered him a 3-year $15 million contract, and it does look like we have enough money for both players, and yes, we do. I was looking around here in free agency and we still have the MLE. Peyton Watson is currently a free agent. I'm going to see if we're able to sign him to be our backup wing. I'm going to offer him a 4-year contract, paying him about $7 million. Will he accept? Let's see. And it looks like we do end up getting ourselves Peyton Watson on a 4-year $30 million contract. Having a good center rotation is very, very important here in 2K Simulation, and this offseason, Steven Adams will be regressing. So I'm going to be pulling off trade with the Miami Heat, where we land ourselves Kel'el Ware, plus we also get Davion Mitchell. I'm going to be sending them Steven Adams, AJ Mitchell, and a swap worse with the Brooklyn Nets. And here we are at the start of this season with the new and upgraded 9-man rotation. We now have 3 players 90 overall or higher. Chet Holmgren did end up progressing to a 91 overall. And in our starting lineup, we're going to have Tyrese Maxey, Devin Booker, Josh Hart, Chet Holmgren, and Walker Kessler. And then off the bench, we have Quentin Grimes, Kel'el Ware, Peyton Watson, and Jalen Tyson. Let's simulate the first few games of this season and see how we do. The first game is up against the Minnesota Timberwolves, so we do end up losing to, okay, but we do end up defeating the Atlanta Hawks in the next game, 145 to 116. Maxey had 40 points, Holmgren with 33, Kel'el Ware with 18. Where is Booker? Okay, so it looks like Booker fouled out in 20 minutes. We also defeat the Golden State Warriors, and no we cannot. We lose 115 to 132. Maxey with 31, Booker with only 19 points. Now I completely forgot to change up the shot tendencies, which is why we are probably losing the first few games. I fixed them up now, and let's simulate the next week and see how we do. We do end up winning all 4 of the 4 games in the second week with the new and updated shot tendencies. And in all 4 games, we scored 140 or more points. Against the Cleveland Cavaliers, we scored 150 points, where Maxey dropped 39, 21 from Booker, 21 from Chet Holmgren. So far, we have been playing pretty well. Let's take a look at the system proficiency. We will be rolling with a 4.5 star overall system proficiency, balanced under Jordan Ott. I have really great news here. We are going to the NBA Cup Finals, taking on the Detroit Pistons. Will we be able to win? Let's see. We do have home court advantage on our side. And so far, we do have the lead, and it looks like we will be winning 131 to 94, where Maxey dropped 28 points, Booker with 27, and Chet with 19 points, with Tyrese Maxey winning NBA Cup MVP, averaging 33 points per game. We have 1 game remaining of this season. We have 2 players on our team in the word races to winning MVP. We have Tyrese Maxey and Devin Booker, but it does look like it may go to Victor Wembanyama. Let's see what happens. And sadly, it does end up going to Victor Wembanyama, who wins MVP. And I forgot to look at the other awards, but it is what it is. We can't go back now. Let's take a look at the All-NBA selections. We do get ourselves Tyrese Maxey on All-NBA second team, and we also get Devin Booker on All-NBA third team. We do get ourselves Chet Holmgren All-Defensive first team, and that will be it for awards. We ended this season being the number 1 seed, winning a total of 72 games and losing only 10. Before we start simulating the playoffs, let's take a look at the player stats for the regular season. The leading scorer on our team was Tyrese Maxey, averaging 30 points per game, 3 rebounds, 7 assists on 50, 40, 88 shooting splits. Then we had Devin Booker averaging 28 points, 3 rebounds, and 6 assists on 58, 48, 87 shooting splits. Those are unreal numbers here. 18 from Chet Holmgren, 13 from Josh Hart, and a few more players and double-digit scoring. Now, looks like in the first round of the playoffs, we will be taking on the Denver Nuggets, who have themselves Jamal Murray, Christian Brown, Kelly Oubre Jr., Aaron Gordon, and Nikola Jokic. This is their bench unit. Let's see how things go. Hopefully this time we're able to make it past the first round. Game number 1 will go to us. Maxey with a 37-point double-double, Josh Hart with a 24-point triple-double, D-Book with a 22-point double-double. Let's go. We also end up winning game 2, D-Book with 32 and 10, 29 from Maxey, 27 and 12 from Josh Hart. I'm really glad that we got Josh Hart on this team. He's been playing absolutely amazing. Game 3 will also end up going to us, 34 from Maxey, 28 from Book. It looks like Josh Hart just had himself another triple-double. And our front court in Walker Kessler and Chet Holmgren defensively has been elite. 7 blocks combined. So far, Kessler's averaging 3 blocks per game, Chet Holmgren's averaging 2.5 blocks per game. Are we going to sweep the Nuggets? And yes, we do. Let's go. Booker just dropped 43 points, Maxey with a 29-point double-double. Thankfully, we do make it past the first round. In the second round of the playoffs, we will be taking on the Dallas Mavericks. They have Colin Gillespie, Jalen Green, Cooper Flagg, Anthony Davis, and Derek Lively II. Hopefully we're also able to defeat the Dallas Mavericks. Game number 1 will go to us. Chet just dropped 28 points, Maxey with a 25-point double-double, D-Book with 12. I want to see how Devin Booker is playing so far. He's averaging 27 points per game, Maxey's averaging 31 points per game, and Chet is averaging 22 points per game. Game number 2, we also end up winning. Maxey drops 37, Book with a 19-point double-double. Game 3 will also go to us, and we sweep the Dallas Mavericks. Let's go. Maxey dropped 37, 30 from Chet, and 16 from Booker. And it looks like in the Western Conference Finals, we're either going to be taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves or the San Antonio Spurs, and it will be the San Antonio Spurs. Okay, so the Minnesota Timberwolves were up 3-1, but it looks like the Spurs came back. Now we're going to be taking them on here in the Conference Finals. They have themselves De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, Vassell, Barnes, Victor Wembanyama, and Dylan Harper coming off of their bench. Let's see what happens here in game number 1, which we do end up winning. Booker with 49 points. Let's go. Maxey with 31. Game number 2 also goes to us. Booker drops a 35-point double-double. Maxey with 32. We probably have the best duo in the NBA. I've said that in the last few videos, but this time for sure we do. Game 3 will also go to us. Let's go. Booker with 28, Maxey with a 26-point double-double. So far here in the playoffs, we have not lost a single game, and we also sweep the San Antonio Spurs. Booker with 31, Maxey with 28, and now we're either going to be taking on the Hawks or the Magic, and it will be the Hawks. Devin Booker, Western Conference Finals MVP, averaging 36 points per game, 3 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 steal, shooting 70% from the field and 75% from the three-point line. Holy. Jalen Johnson, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Let's take a look what the Hawks are working with. So in their starting lineup, they have Dyson Daniels, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Zachary Risache, Jalen Johnson, and Porzingis. This is their bench unit. It looks like they drafted Cameron Boozer. They were the number 3 seed. Can we defeat them? Game 1 will go to us. Booker with 37, 32 for Maxey. And game 2 will also end up going to us. Booker with 40 points, hitting 20 out of his 22 free throws. It does look like he's going for finals MVP. Chet had 29 and 22 from Maxey. Game 3, we also end up winning. Maxey with 54 points this time. Let's go. 20 of 30 from the field. Chet with 26. D-Book with a 19-point double-double. And is this going to be a sweep? Yes, it will. We go on to win the Phoenix Suns championship with Tyrese Maxey winning finals MVP, averaging 35, 4, and 5 on 59% from the field and 61% from the three-point line. I will be running it back one more season to see if we can win Booker and the Phoenix Suns back-to-back championship, but before that, let's take a look at the player stats in the playoffs. We played a total of 16 games. In those 16 games, the leading scorer was Tyrese Maxey averaging 32, and then we had Book averaging 28 and 21 from Chet Holmgren. In the NBA Finals, we played 4 games. The leading scorer was Tyrese Maxey once again, 35 points per game, 26 from Book, and 23 from Chet Holmgren. And this offseason, I won't be pulling off any trades. We are going to be running with the same exact team, which means I'll see you guys in the next year's playoffs. At the end of this season, Victor Wembanyama goes on to win a back-to-back MVP, Tracy Rookie of the Year, Jared McCain 6-Man, Wemby DPOY, Robert Dillingham Most Improved, Donovan Mitchell wins Clutch Player, Jordan Ott, our head coach, wins Coach of the Year, and we also end up winning Executive of the Year. Let's go. And we do get ourselves Tyrese Maxey once again on all NBA second team. No Book this time around, which is kind of a surprise because he was almost averaging 30 points per game. We do get Chet Holmgren on all defensive second team, and we ended this season being the number 1 seed, winning a total of 72 games and losing only 10. We had the same record as the previous season. And before we start simulating the playoffs, let's take a look at the player stats for the regular season. The leading scorer on our team was Tyrese Maxey once again, averaging 28.5 points per game, as well as 7 assists on 50, 40, 87 shooting splits. And we had Devin Booker averaging 28, 3, and 5 on 50, 40, 90 shooting splits. He had himself an amazing season, which is why I was surprised how he did not make an All-NBA team. Chet Holmgren was averaging 19, and a few more players here in double-digit scoring. Now it's time to see if we can win a back-to-back championship. In the first round of the playoffs, we're taking on the Memphis Grizzlies, who have themselves Ja Morant, Cedric Coward, Jalen Wells, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Tracy. Let's see how things go here. Game number 1 will go to us. Booker with 28, Chet with 28, and Maxey with 22. Let's go ahead and simulate the round, and we do end up sweeping the Memphis Grizzlies. So far, Book is averaging 32 points per game and Maxey's averaging 31 points per game. The second round of the playoffs, we're taking on the Golden State Warriors. It looks like they no longer have Curry, but they did bring in Giannis Antetokounmpo and KD. Their starting lineup is Podziemski, Hardy, Kevin Durant, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Marvin Bagley. Let's see how things go here. Game 1 will go to us. Maxey with 30, Booker with 28, and 16 from Grimes. Can we also win the next few games? Let's see. Game 2 will also goes to us. We win game 3, and we also go on to sweep the Golden State Warriors, making it back to the conference finals. And in the conference finals, we're taking on the Dallas Mavericks. They have Colin Gillespie, Jalen Green, Cooper Flagg, Anthony Davis, and Isaiah Hartenstein. This is actually looking like a really good team, especially that now Cooper Flagg is a 94 overall. Hopefully we're able to get past this team once again. Game 1 will go to us. Booker with 41 points. Chet Holmgren with 27 and 21 from Maxey. Game 2 will also go to us. Maxey with 36, Book with 25. Can we win game 3? And yes, we can. We do not sweep the Mavericks, but we do end up gentlemen sweeping them in game 5, making it back to the NBA Finals. We're either going to be taking on the Hawks or the Pistons, and it will be the Pistons. Tyrese Maxey wins Western Conference Finals MVP and Cade Cunningham Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Pistons roster. So they have themselves Cade Cunningham, Jaden Ivey, Asar Thompson, Santi Aldama, and Jalen Duren. Game number 1 will go to us. Chet with 29 points here, 24 and 13 from Tyrese Maxey, and 22 from Booker. And now it's time for game 2, which hopefully we win, and yes we do. Maxey with 34, Booker with 28, and 24 from Walker Kessler. Game 3 will also end up going to us. Booker with 47 points, 32 from Maxey, and 27 and 10 from Chet Holmgren. Let's go. It's now time for game 4. All we gotta do is win one more game to win D-Book and the Phoenix Suns a back-to-back championship. Pistons will have home court advantage here, and so far we do have the lead, but it is still a pretty close game. We're up by 10 in the fourth quarter, where Book has 37 points. Let's go. And it looks like he's still running it up. 39 points, 5 minutes remaining. We will be winning ourselves a back-to-back championship, and Book just dropped 44 points, 27 and 11 from Tyrese Maxey. And just like that, we've won the Phoenix Suns a back-to-back championship. And this time around, Devin Booker wins Finals MVP, averaging 35 points per game, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, 1.5 steals, shooting nearly 60-60-90. Holy, his shooting splits were amazing. Before I end out this video, let me show you guys the player stats for the playoffs, where we played a total of 17 games. The leading scorer was Devin Booker, averaging 30 points per game as well as 6 assists on 50-40-86 shooting splits. 30 points per game from Tyrese Maxey, 20 from Chet Holmgren, and 13 from Walker Kessler. In the NBA Finals, we played a total of 4 games. The leading scorer once again was D-Book with 35 points per game, 29 from Maxey, and 22 from Chet Holmgren. Now that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to hit that thumbs up button and also subscribe if you're new for more NBA 2K26 videos, and click here on the screen to watch my latest upload. Until next time, it's your boy Dragon, and I'm out. Peace.